Hello, it's TGC Requiem. We're here with some black-green elves this morning. I think we can keep this. We'd like to have a second land, but this is doable. Goblin Guide. So got Elves versus Burn. Well, the mana's hurting here. We'll just start jumping with Visionaries until we can get into a land. We could actually go Mystic Sentinel next turn as well. And we are willing to trade a Sentinel for a Visionary. Look at this. Burn with Ash Zealot. Whenever a player casts a spell from a graveyard, Ash Zealot deals 3 damage to that player. Well, that's not going to happen here. Now we're cooking with fire. So we want Dwyden's Elite just to put bodies on the floor. And I think Mystic just to get us some more mana. The flip side is we gotta tap the Elf. So the other bit is if we go Nettle Sentinel, that's another blocker. No, we want Mystic. We want the mana. And we have the sort of hand that can jump block for days. Say mana, the sort of draw that can jump block. We're okay if we get him to use spells on our creatures. That's fine. That's spells that are not pointed at us. Just delays the game, giving us more of a chance to kind of combo out. So Archdruid could be good here, however, we're really kind of hoping to hit a Heritage Druid. Cavern works too. So we can go Archdruid here, but I don't like the trade-off yet. We're getting to the point where we could start to push him beyond his removal ability or capability. Again, if he's spending time pointing his spells at our creatures, we are fine with that. Beautiful. Now the question is, do we actually block since we have Nyx? If we don't block, he's going to put us to 12. He could do probably 6 more damage. We can't win outright, but if we can chain a couple things, right? If we put down Nykthos, then cast an Archdruid, that puts us to 5. We could get a Lead the Stampede and possibly a couple more creatures out of the Lead the Stampede. But again, odds are we're at 12, maybe 8, and he could probably burn us out. I think we still block here. I mean, based on the path he's gone, if I'm him, I'm targeting my elves. Oh, what's this? Shrine of Burning Rage. At the beginning of your upkeep, whenever you cast a red spell, put a charge counter on it, and then you can pay 3 to sacrifice it to deal damage equal to the number of counters in play. Alright, so that actually is kind of too slow for what our deck does. So we don't have enough mana to do all of these things. Now, if I knew I was going to draw a Heritage Druid, I probably would have kept that Visionary alive. That is probably one of the better draws out of that scenario. So if we go Archdruid, into Archdruid, Heritage Druid. So the flip side is now we can block. The question is whether or not we feel safe tapping out. Because if you can't kill both Druids, we're really pretty much game over in our favor. So let's see, he can do 4, and with, say he draws 3 mana, he could do 13 more, I think. Or 9 more, rather. Right, so if he draws an extra mana, he's got 9, 11, 13. I think we just make the play. We don't be too scared here. Try and reload up on our hand. Give us something to do next turn. Give him a shot. Alright, so he concedes we got the win there. So against the burn decks, we're going to bring in Leyline of Vitality. If it's in our opening hand, we get to put it on the battlefield to begin the game. Creatures you control get +0/+1. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. We also, when we bring that in, we're probably cutting Messenger and maybe one Lead the Stampede. Yeah. Elvish Champion pairs really well with this. We can probably cut an Azuri. Again, just because he's legendary. We can consider pulling in Chalice. But since we're ahead and on the draw, I'm going to say no. I think if we're on the play, we might consider putting the Chalice in as well. Not super explosive, but workable. Druid into Visionary. We may get, an Elf, Mystic, or Llanowar on the draw. Llanowar. Pendelhaven can do some work. It's possible that we don't want to keep that just for the fact that we're trying to get into the ley line. The flip side to that is this does not seem like the normal burn package, and I feel like we can maybe combat it a little better. We're fine without. So if he doesn't burn our elf, okay, that's unfortunate. If he hadn't done that, we're off to the races. So I'm actually going to go ahead and say that's probably a poorish keep. Ignoring the fact that we have those ley lines in there. So if we go Visionary now, so we can go Heritage Druid, chump with 1. We're not going to be able to do that. I think we have better odds running Heritage Druid next turn, because then we can cast something of value. Right. So now what we have is next turn we can go Heritage Druid. We have 4 mana for Collected Company, possibly another Heritage Druid hit. Taps out for Shrine here, so this gives us a little window to get back into this game. Alright, good. I was wondering if you might have a post-combat play there. So now we can go Visionary Heritage Druid again. And we might be able to cycle a little more out of this. So if we go Collect a Company right now, we're definitely going to get 2. So we could also actually do this Collected Company on end step. So anyway, if we go to Visionary Heritage Druid, we're going to draw another card, have 1 mana up, possibly be able to get in 1 more creature, cycling 3 more, which really doesn't do us anything. So I think we're actually going to go to Collected Company on end step here. Or actually more likely block with the Elvish Visionary and in response Collected Company. So Archdruid and Elvis Champion are probably the best we could have gotten there. So put some size into our creatures, and he concedes, didn't have anything else going. Oh, Shrine of the Burning Rage is an interesting card, but in this case, just not, it doesn't seem as efficient as regular burn. So green black out.